Welcome to another edition of the Rollins Report. I'm Nico Arciniegas, and the Towers men's tennis team kicked off this weekend with the Varner Memorial Cup. Over 34 days had passed since the Tars stepped onto play at the Burt Martin Tennis Complex. For the second weekend of October, the Tars hosted an event that featured one Florida school from each division. Eastern Florida State, Warner, and Stetson traveled to Winter Park for the Varner Memorial Cup. Although the Tars did not manage to snatch the cup from Stetson, they surely made it a closely contested event. With a stainless 3-0 performance from Morris Stensner and Mikkel Baumann on the doubles format, the Tars continue to improve ahead of the start of their season on February 3rd. The women's soccer team came back to Cahill Sandsper Field for the first time in over 31 days. The Tars lost in each of the away games while making Sunday's 3-1 defeat their fourth consecutive. The Tampa Spartans spoiled homecoming for star forward Megan Mosley. The first half was evenly matched. However, a couple defensive errors proved costly, giving the Trojans an early 2-0 lead. During the second half of the game, Anna Todd scored an absolute screamer yet again. The Tars continued to attack, but ultimately another defensive slip-up allowed the Trojans to call game. The Tars sit now at a 5-5-2 record and will play number 3 ranked Embry-Riddle on October 19.
The men's soccer team opened this week of play with a top 20 matchup. They hosted number 9 Florida Tech at home on Wednesday. The match, which ended in a 1-1 draw, displayed intense physicality from two of the top defensive teams in the conference. The Tars' only goal came in the 20th minute after a foul was called against Florida Tech. It was Nazar Tazaruk whose number was called to take the kick, sending one into the top left corner. The sophomore now has 4 goals on the season. Florida Tech ended the game with 12 shots with 6 on goal, while the Tars had 8 with 3 on target. Both teams combined for 43 fouls on the field, but only 1 yellow card was handed in their 1-1 match. It was one tough matchup after another as the Tars traveled to Tampa to face the number 13 ranked Spartans. The Tars were handed a defeat for the first time since September 24th after falling 3-1. Rollins are now 7-3-2 on the season and 3-3-1 in the conference. The women's golf team headed to South Carolina earlier this week to compete in the Edisto Island Invitational. The Tars found themselves falling behind in day 1, shooting a team total of 316. During the next 2 days, Rollins was able to turn things around, improving their score by 10 strokes. 4 of 5 golfers improved their score to finish 12th overall in the Invitational. Next, the women are preparing to head to Chapel Hill for the Chris Tar Heel Invitational.
All right, everybody, I need you to do me a quick favor. Grab a dustpan, grab a broom, maybe sweep up that dorm room you've been lacking on, because let me tell you, the Rollins Tars volleyball team absolutely swept the floor with the competition at the South Region crossover. Over a 2-day span, Rollins took down every opponent they faced out in Hoover, Alabama. They began with a 3-1 victory against West Georgia before notching 2 close matches against Christian Brothers University and Valdosta State. Both ended in 3-2 wins for Rollins. Now, after a month-long road trip, the Tars return home to Alphonse Stadium to face St. Leo on October 18th. Meanwhile, the Tars Waterski team wrapped up another season of absolute dominance. Rollins finished 6th overall in the NCWSA National Championship, while Potso Font and Neely Ross took home gold medals in their division. It's the 9th straight year that the Tars will finish as a top 10 team.
That is all for this edition of the Rollins Report. Before we go, we'll leave you with the upcoming schedule for your Rollins Tars.